Hello and welcome everyone. It is time for Jim Comics Top Picks for New Comic Book Day this upcoming Wednesday, June 19th, 2019. Got another good week of books coming out. Again, I've said it before, when is there ever a bad week? So that's all good. As usual, I'll run through what I'm looking at, my top covers, top picks, and we'll talk about some other comic news and stuff that's coming and all that kind of stuff. Thank you to all my subscribers. You're all awesome. Your tips and info and comments are great. I love being part of this community, and you know, all of you make it. I mean, we're all part of this big family, so it's all great. Anyways, thank you so much, everybody. Comic shop shout out this week is to Beyond Comics in Frederick, Maryland. I think I might have given them a shout out once before, but I can't remember. So somebody asked if I give them a shout out this week, so you're getting one this week as well. If I have given you a shout out before, I don't think I did, but I might have anyways. But it looks like a really cool shop. Some images on the screen there. And as usual, the address and phone number is down in the comments. If you're in the area, stop by, say hello, set up a pull list. They'll be happy to help you out. So Beyond Comics, you are my shout out this week. And I just got to mention, a few weeks ago, I gave this book away, Stranger Things. I gave 2 copies away. One was to Gino Bonino and one was to Patrick Meloragno. And Patrick, I've sent you a couple messages on YouTube and I haven't got a reply from you. I need you to reply to my email so I can get your address, because I don't want you posting it just in comments. So send me an email to jimcomics1844@gmail.com. Again, that's I need to get your address, so please get in touch with me so I can send you the book. I can't do it till you get in touch with me, so anyways, just want to make sure if you're watching, send me your address. We'll get into, I wasn't able to do a haul video this week, and I'm not going to run through everything I bought, but I'll quickly run through what I got before I get into what I'm looking at this week. So my AOC book finally showed up. My shop had to order that in for me, so I got that finally. Have not read it, but I got that in my collection, so that's good. I also picked up V-Wars God of Death, because it's funny, I haven't read this one yet. It is a one-shot. I got my books a little late this week, and I just didn't have time to do it. I've been working a ton this week, so made a lot of money, but which lets me buy more books. Anyways, but this one, I think there's a new Vampire God that shows up in this, so that's why I bought that one, and it's a one-shot. So anyways, I got Sonata. I got both covers. I got the regular cover, and I really like this cover B. I did read this one. It's a pretty good story, and I think I'll definitely keep going with that one. So I got my Venom 15, and I got the, initially when these came out, it looked like it was going to be a hidden variant. It was pretty much a 1-for-1, so all my shop got was these, because all their regular covers were damaged, so all he had was the ones with the symbiote on the title. So I got that one. I also got the symbiote Spider-Man with the Carnage symbiote on it as well. I got Event Leviathan. I got both covers for that one. That was a pretty good story, and I like where Bendis is going with this. It's really cool that he's wiping out all the secret societies and stuff, and it's kind of, he's reorganizing the whole DC universe in a way, which is really cool. Batman Who Laughs #6. I got this one. This one was good and had some good stuff in it. Jim Gordon and his son end up donning the Batman Beyond suits and stuff, which is kind of weird, but it's a good issue to pick up. And it looks like next issue, gonna learn about those Secret Six. I thought maybe you would have got a glimpse of them in this one, but you didn't. But it looks like issue 7, which is initially this was a 6-part. I mentioned this a couple times, but next issue 7 will be a good one to get for sure. So keep going with it if you are. Got my Major X #5. It's your first appearance at Aura, and it's funny. Otto Octavius, one of my Instagram followers, sent me a message. He says, Rob Liefeld this week, he's been dumping all over DC, saying they're going to be going out of business. And it's funny how he can trash talk everybody else, but as soon as you say something about him, he blocks you and freaks out. But whatever, that's he's living in his own world, I guess. But he still can't draw feet, because if you look at her feet on the front, she's got 2 left feet. Yeah, Rob, you still need to learn how to draw feet, buddy. But I just thought that was really funny when he pointed that. I didn't notice that at first, but I should have, because, you know, the first thing you do when you... Raleigh never usually draws feet, so maybe that just took me by surprise. But anyways, that was funny. Anyways, Hulk 19 was out. That was a really good issue. And if you haven't read it... I actually got both covers. I got that regular, and I got the Spidey suit. I really like that Spidey armor suit. I got to show an image in here, so if you haven't read Hulk 19 yet, turn it off, but it's going to be the last page, kind of the spoiler. Right on the last page, the Harpy starts eating, it looks like his heart. So I don't know if that is somehow going to change her down the road, or what the hell's going on. And I find it funny that Jackie McGee is standing right there the whole time. Like, I know she's a reporter and she's following, you know, trying to figure out the whole Hulk thing and everything, but at some point, I think she's going to get some gamma radiation and turn into the Immortal reporter. That's what I think. The Immortal reporter's coming, folks. You heard it here first. It's going to be a key issue when she becomes the Immortal reporter. She will never stop reporting on the news. That was a good issue, though, that Hulk 19. If you haven't read it, you should definitely pick that one up and read that one. Really good. I mean, that whole series is just a no-brainer if you're not buying that. I did buy Silver Surfer Black. I got the regular cover. I got I think it's Ron Lim. I'm pretty sure that's Ron Lim that did that one. Anyways, I got that cover. And there's a Perel 1 for $25, which I got in my box at the shop. I was kind of humming and hawing. I didn't pick it up, but I'm going to buy it. And I'm going to talk about this, you know what, I'll talk about it now, what the hell. The artwork in here was, boy, there's been a lot of flack about the artwork in this. You know what, the story, I honestly think this is a really good story. It's a typical Donny Cates story. Oh, shit, look at that. And the Marvel, their paper quality is just absolute trash. I mean, look at just for me holding that, the ink has come off on the cover. That did not used to happen on books from the 70s and 80s and even the 90s. Because, I mean, they're literally putting the paper that they're putting for the cover is the same as the interior pages. Like, that is just trash. How is it that companies like SourcePoint Press can put out a book for $3.99 with a cardstock cover on it? Yet Marvel, who mass produces these things, can't put a little heavier quality or better quality paper on their covers. I mean, come on, guys. That is just so disrespectful to your collectors. You know, I mean, whether you believe it or not, collectors like myself and a lot of the people that watch these videos are a big portion of the sales of your books. And if you can't show a little respect and put a little more quality into your stuff, I mean, you're going to start losing people. I'm not, anyways, that's a rant I was going on. But getting back to the comic, the story in this is really good. I know the artwork, I've been reading what people have been saying about the art. Like, Tradmore's stuff is, it's definitely unique. That's all I can say. I'm not going to put it down because he's a very talented artist. And the interesting thing here is, I don't know if everybody was too caught up and not paying attention to the art, but Silver Surfer ends up on this planet, and you got these three gods here protecting this doorway, and the Silver Surfer gets in a battle with them all and the whole bit. And yes, the artwork isn't my favorite, but it's still a really good story. And then on the right then, this black arm kind of sucks him in through the door, and it turns out to be Null. So Donny Cates is really kind of bringing all his titles together. You got Venom, you've got this Silver Surfer, you've got Guardians of the Galaxy, Absolute Carnage coming out. They're all tied and linked together. And the fact you got this doorway with these three gods protecting it is kind of a big deal in my mind, because that technically looks to me like a first appearance of those three gods in this doorway. And what this doorway represents, I don't know, but if you set the artwork aside, it is a key book. So, and I'm going to definitely keep going with this, and I'm going to pick up that one for $25 because I think long term, this is it's a good one. I know the artwork's hard for people to wrap their heads around. I've read a lot of what people have been saying, but anyways, it's really good. And I love Donny Cates' writing. It's a good story. So, and it's interesting that now the black looks like it's actually the Void that's in Silver Surfer's hand there. So we'll see where that goes. Anyways, we'll get into what I'm looking at this week coming up. From Boom Studios, Faithless #3. You've got your 3 covers. You got A and B, which I'm going to show on the screen, but I don't. Obviously, the C is the explicit cover, and yeah, I won't be showing those again, but you got those 3 out this week. So Faithless #3 is out. From Cave Pictures, which I've never ordered from before, this one looks really good. It's called No One's #1. It's only 1 cover, but Jim Krueger is the writer on this, and he's done a lot of work for Marvel and DC. He's done some co-work with Alex Ross. Like, he's worked with some big names, and so he knows what he's doing. And this could be one of those sleeper ones that flies under the radar that nobody's paying attention to. So if you come across that, I'd recommend picking up a copy of that, because that looks like a good one. No One's #1. From Dark Horse, you got Last Stop on the Red Line #2 is out this week. I enjoyed #1, and that one has TV or movie written all over it. There's only the 1 cover, so I'm grabbing a copy of that for sure. From Image, you got Gideon Falls #14. You got 2 covers for that one. Cover A, and then cover B is a really nice Veronica Finch cover. And is that ever nice? I really like that. Or is it Fish? I think it's Fish. Actually, I think I put Finch. Anyways, Finch or Fish. Anyways, Veronica somebody. It's a really nice looking cover. Anyways, I'm definitely buying that. And just so you're aware, Sonata #1, they just announced a second print is available for that. The final order cutoff is this Monday, June 17th. So if you're getting in touch with your shop, and if they aren't ordering that in, most shops will. But if they aren't, just tell them you want a copy, because this Monday coming up, the 17th, is the final cutoff. It comes out July 10th. So if you're interested in that, get on that, because you won't be able to order it after Monday. Impact Theory, got Neon Future #4. You got 2 covers for that. I'll probably just grab cover A. I've liked the story so far, and the artwork's been really good in it, so I'm definitely going to grab that. And one more indie I got from Scout Comics. I got Crucified #1. Just the 1 cover. Sheldon Allen's the writer, and I read an article by him talking about this, and it sounds like it's not going to go in the direction you're thinking. It's all about this Messiah that shows up, and there's a hitman out to kill him and everything else. So it sounds like a good story, but anyways, Crucified #1 from Scout. Scout's been putting out some really good stuff too, so going to definitely pick that one up. That looks good. From DC, just 3 titles from them. I got Justice League 26, 2 covers for that. I don't like cover B at all, but I like cover A, so I'm only going to be getting, I'll get a couple copies of cover A, but this whole Apex, Lex Luthor, and Perpetua, and everything that's going on with the Year of the Villains, I'm really enjoying Justice League, and highly recommend it, because there's a lot of good stuff that's showing up in Justice League. So that is definitely one I'm getting this week. Superman Year 1 is out this week. One of those Black Label titles, and there's 2 covers for that. Cover A, I do not like that at all. It looks, anyways, I just don't like it. Cover B, though, is a Frank Miller cover, and it's a nice cover, so I'm going to probably just get cover B for that one. But it sounds interesting. I really liked, as you know, Batman Damned. Don't expect anything like Batman Damned to happen again with these DC Black Label. I think DC really shied away and took the PC route. They're it's a bunch of old ladies probably running that. Well, I shouldn't say that. Who knows? Old men, ladies, whatever. But they're too scared to put out anything controversial by the sounds of it, even though they're adult-oriented, mature. That's what this whole DC Black Label was touted as, was a mature reading. So I don't get the big deal. And you know what? There is an audience for that. So anyways, but Batman Damned, I don't think you're going to get anything like that again, because that was kind of a perfect storm that hit. And that book is, there's no reprints coming of that or anything. So anyways, Superman Year 1, but I'm going to get it because it looks good. Teen Titans 31 is the other one I'm going to get. 2 covers for that. Cover B is a Garner cover, and I swear, maybe I just showed this in one of my Down the Road videos, but I could have sworn I saw that image before, but anyway, who knows. on a different Teen Titans book, but it looks really nice. I probably just showed it before, and that's why it's triggering in my mind. But it's more to do with Lobo and Crush, because Lobo showed up in the last issue, so definitely keep going with that. So that is it for DC. For Marvel, Daredevil #7. I can't stress enough, this series, Chip Zdarsky's doing a great job with it, and it's really underrated, and the print run is really low on this. So if you haven't been picking this up, man, I recommend you do, because you've got Daredevil is kind of a lot grittier. It's really good. It's really well written. You got Detective Cole North, who showed up early on. In last issue, he had the whole story kind of, a lot of it revolved around him, and it kind of left on a bit of a cliffhanger where this lady was in the store and these mobsters were kind of beating up the owner for protection money and stuff, and she was reaching for this Daredevil suit or something shone in her eyes. So I don't know if Daredevil's going to show up on the scene or if Cole North's going to show up and become a sidekick to Daredevil or what it is. I don't know, but it's really good, and I highly recommend you pick it up. So anyways, Deadpool #14 is out this week. 2 covers. It's another one of those War of the Realms tie-ins, but I really like Scotty Young's writing on Deadpool. I haven't been a huge Deadpool fan I shouldn't say it. I love Deadpool, but I just haven't been reading all the comics is what I should say. But I really like the way Scotty Young is writing it. It's really underrated, and there's a lot of good characters that are showing up in this series. I don't know that it will be so much in this because it's tied into the War of the Realms, like I was saying. But anyways, there is a really nice cover B for this. It's a Brooks Spidey Armor one. I'm definitely grabbing that. That looks awesome. Guardians of the Galaxy #6 is out this week. Donny Cates. This series has taken a little while to get going, but I think Thanos is revealed in this one, if I'm not mistaken. I know we kind of figured out who he was before, but I don't know that it was his true form. But anyways, we'll see. It looks really good, and I like Donny Cates' writing. There's 2 covers for that one. There's a Howard the Duck #1 facsimile out this week. I love Howard the Duck, and I'm definitely getting one of those. I don't know, what can I say? I just love Howard the Duck. Miles Morales #7. There's only 1 cover for this, and I highly recommend you pick this one up because there's a new villain touted as showing up in #8, the next issue, and it's very likely you're going to get a cameo or a first appearance in this issue #7. So I'm definitely picking up Miles Morales #7. War of the Realms Journey into Mystery #5. It's the last issue in that 5-part miniseries. 2 covers for that. Just a regular cover, and then there's an incentive cover B. I think it's a 1 for 25. But I'm still waiting to see if Loza Odendaughter, something happens with her and she becomes all-powerful or something. So I'm definitely picking up a copy of that. And War of the Realms War Scrolls #3. Last one in that as well, just the 1 cover. But Jason Aaron's writing that, and that's dealing with Daredevil, the God Without Fear. So I like that storyline, so I'm definitely picking that up. So that's it for my books this week. Covers, Aquaman 49. It's a really nice, cover B I should say. It's a really nice Middleton cover. That one's really cool. It's kind of way out in the middle of the ocean and him diving through waves and stuff. It just looks awesome. Batman 73, which I probably won't buy, even though I bought the last issue. I'm still having a tough time picking that up. There's a really nice cover B, Oliver cover. It's really nice. And I mentioned Gideon Falls #14 cover B, fish cover. That's just a gorgeous looking cover. I love the red in the background. This looks awesome. The creepy grin on that cowboy's face looks so cool. Deadpool 14 cover B, the Brooks Spidey Armor cover. That looks awesome. And then Marvel's Annotated #4. It's cover B. It's a Ross Virgin cover of the Marvels from way back in the day of that cover. It's just kind of an iconic cover with the Green Goblin in the eyeball there, or the eye of Spidey. It looks just awesome. And while I'm on the topic of Alex Ross, just so you're aware, Immortal Hulk 20, there was, as usual, when Alex Ross he does some these limited homage covers and stuff. So there was a cover A and cover B for Immortal Hulk 20 that were announced. They went up for sale yesterday on his site, $50 for the pair, and they sold out quickly as usual. And of course his site had troubles, whatever, that's always crashing and everything else. But the cover A is an okay cover. It's, you know, Hulk holding the car, smash, whatever. But the one you're going to want to try and get, if you can get it, is cover B, which is a tribute to the Hulk #1. It's an homage to, I'm going to show the Alex Ross one on the cover. It's a gorgeous cover. And then I'm also going to show the original Hulk #1. You can see that it's basically, he's redone it, kind of like he did for Detective Comics 1000. He did an homage to the original Detective Comics from back in the day with, I think it was Detective Comics 27, if my memory serves me right. And it's just a gorgeous cover. And boy, this is an oh boy one. If you can get that one, try to pick it up. They will be available. There will be some available at the San Diego Comic Con, July 18th to 21st. He'll have raw signed and graded copies, all that kind of stuff. So if you can't get one, because they have sold out on his site. I think some are available on eBay or a couple limited sites. They may have ordered a few, but if you can't get any of those, the price is really shooting up on it. So anyways, I just thought I'd throw it out there because that's a really, really nice cover. And then Star Wars TIE Fighter #3. I don't give Star Wars a ton of love, but it's an Edwards cover. It's just a regular A cover. It's just a really nice cover. I love the TIE Fighters there. It just looks so good. So my picks this week are Last Stop on the Red Line #2. That looks really good from Dark Horse. Like I say, that's got TV and movie written all over it. Justice League 26, that's got your Apex Lex Luthor and that whole storyline and Perpetua and everything. It's just really good right now, so I highly recommend that. Daredevil #7, like I say, this series is really good. It's really underrated. People just aren't picking it up, and boy, you're missing out if you're not buying it. And like I say, this issue coming up, #7, I think there's going to be a kind of a revelation. Either Cole North is he's going to turn and be a sidekick, or there's going to be a new look to Daredevil, or something's coming. I don't know what it is, but anyways, Daredevil #7, I highly recommend it. Miles Morales #7. I know not everybody's into this series, but I think it's pretty good, and a lot of characters have been showing up in this, and there is a new villain showing up, and like I say, I think you're going to get a first appearance of this one, so definitely one I would recommend. And one kind of a sleeper pick this week is No One's #1 from Cave Pictures. Jim Kruger is going to be a low print run, and he's done a lot of writing for Marvel, DC. Like I say, he's worked with Alex Ross, so he knows what he's doing. And I think that's a sleeper that nobody's really paid attention to, so I would definitely recommend that one. I just want to cover off a couple things. So Major X #5, I just had to laugh. So it was, again, I just got I got to show that because Rob Liefeld drew 2 left feet on, where the hell did I put it? Anyways, I showed it already. He drew two left feet. I just thought that was hilarious. So Marvel has announced kind of, well, they haven't really announced a ton of info about this, but there's a Marvel, it's got an Ultron Agenda coming out in September this year. They've released an image by Diodato. It's kind of a cover image. So we'll see where that goes. We don't have a ton of information on it, but it looks pretty good. So I'll let you know when I find out more about it. And I showed on my Instagram account, I had a whole bunch of pictures of Venom #3 out, and there's a reason for that. And I know Thor #6 is God of Thunder is first appearance in Null. It's an unnamed, and he's in armor and everything, and just kind of a picture of him falling to the planet and all that kind of stuff. So, and Donny Cates has already said that yes, that is Null as first appearance. So yes, Thor God of Thunder is a good one to get. But this is the first full appearance, and he's named and the whole bit. So Venom #3, as you all know, is a key book to get. The reason I'm bringing this up, because of Silver Surfer, Black Tie, and everything, it shows that he's linking Guardians of the Galaxy, Silver Surfer, obviously with Nolan there, is linked to Venom, Absolute Carnage. I mean, Nolan's a big player, in my opinion. And if you haven't got Venom #3, I highly suggest you do. So I'm just going to run through. I mean, I know you guys all know that's the first full appearance of Null, but man, if you don't have it, you need to get it. So this regular cover, you got the 1 for $25, which is, man, if you can, that's a pricey book. You've got the scan variant, one of those exclusive. I think that was Comic Exposure, if I remember right. Then there's a Kirkham with the Red Goblin on the cover. There's a color version, there's a black and white version, and then there's a version of this. So there's, just so you're aware, there's the PGX limited San Diego Comic-Con variant, and then there's also, I mean, there's the second print, third print, all that kind of stuff. I like the second print with him sitting in the chair, but he's a major character, and he's linked. Downey Cates is kind of, I think he's kind of at the core of all his titles are all kind of revolving around that. So if you haven't got that, man, you need to get a copy of that one. That's, I can't stress that enough. That's a really good book to get. And just so you know, the print run on Venom, like the issue 1 was 225,000, issue 2 was 73,000, and issue 3, the first full appearance of Noel, was only 57,000. So it's not a super high print run. But anyways, I want to talk about Action Comics 1015 because that just came out, I believe it was just yesterday. There's an image of the cover. Naomi makes her debut in Metropolis, and you may wonder why I have these books in the background. I'll get into that in a second. But so she will be introduced to Superman and Batman and all the characters in the DCUs, or well, not all of them, but I mean, you know what I mean. She'll be part of the main DCU and not in some alternate reality kind of thing. So that is going to be a really good one to get. Action Comics 1015. That comes out September 25th, by the way, so that's a really good one to get on your list. And talking about Bendis and that, well, actually, I'll talk about the books in the background for a bit. Now, because Naomi's coming over, I've showed these a couple times, and I can't stress enough, folks, if you don't have these 2 books in the back, well, there's 3 books, obviously, but 2 are the same. If you don't have these in your collection, you need their cover price pretty much, so go pick up a copy, because 1001 is the first appearance of Red Cloud, and 1006 is the first full appearance in both of Leon, who's that mob boss. And she bought the Daily Planet, where Clark Kent works, and where Robinson Goode, who is the Red Cloud, works. So there's obviously a link between all these characters, and now with Naomi coming over, you need to, like, these are big in my opinion, these are big players, Red Cloud and Leon. I mean, it's funny, you get these introductions and nobody pays attention until all of a sudden they blow up. So you can get them for cover right now, pick up a copy, dig through the back bins and pick up one, because they're going to be big ones down the road, in my opinion. And I just want to end with talking about Bendis and his writing and stuff. It was announced that he's doing Legion of Superheroes Millennium. It's going to be a 2-part mini-series, and then that'll lead right into a regular ongoing series. It sounds like he's going to bring into kind of bring a whole bunch of titles into one continuity. So you're going to have Batman Beyond, Kamandi, Booster Gold, OMAC, Timmy Tomorrow, and Legion of Superheroes kind of all brought into like one continuity. And it sounds like one of the current characters that he's writing is going to become Immortal. Is part of, so I don't know who that's going to be. Is that going to be Naomi's going to become an Immortal character, or somebody else? I have no idea. But just thought I'd mention that, because that comes out September. So September looks to be a big month, and it's funny that Naomi comes over into Action Comics at the same time. So we'll see what happens. And it's kind of cool that DC's reproducing the Flight Ring. So, and if you look at the image of that for the Legion of Superheroes, you can see the Flight Ring symbol with the L and then the shooting star and the whole bit, which is obviously the Flight Ring. So kind of cool. But anyways, that's all I got for you this week, folks. Happy hunting. Take care. Talk to you later in the week. Bye for now.